Hi there guys, this is Alan. I'm just here to do a special M20 draft. This video is for some of the people who I've been working with over on Discord and trying to help them get better at draft. And this is my first time recording a video. I usually don't record videos, but here I'm going to show you how I get behind my thought process and getting a really high above average win rate for these current drafts. So let's begin with an M20 draft and go from there. Alright, pick one, pack one. What are we looking at? There's only one card I would consider here. Cavalier of Thorns is pretty busted. Just a great mythic Cavalier. Definitely not the best, but just the best card in this pack in general. There's also Audacious Thief, which is an excellent common. Agonizing Siphon's pretty decent as a common as well, and Summon's pretty good. If this wasn't in the pack, I would consider maybe Rapacious Dragon. It helps you splash, fix your mana, just a nice evasive 5-mana 3/3 flyer, or maybe just Audacious Thief. But for now, I think we're gonna pick the Cavalier and incentivize towards a heavy green build. Right here, there are two cards I would consider here in this pack. I'm looking at Master Splicer, just an excellent card. 4 mana, put 5 power and toughness onto the battlefield. There's also Ironroot Warlord, which can win the game by itself. It does pair well for green. These cards are both splashable in white. We don't have to necessarily go green-white, but they're both really excellent cards. I would prefer the Ironroot Warlord over the Master Splicer, just because it has the ability in the late game to generate creatures and become a huge threat. Other excellent commons. Griffin is pretty good. I think it's decent, but I would never pick it over Ironroot Warlord or Master Splicer. Lava Brawler is pretty good. Reduce to Ashes is a decent removal spell, but it doesn't. I would never pick it over Ironroot Warlord or Master Splicer. It does get pretty expensive and clunky at the 5 mana cost, but it's still pretty decent to have 1 or 2 copies. But here, it's our Master Splicers and Ironroot Warlord, and since we're already incentivized to go for green, I like the Ironroot Warlord just because it feels, I think it's a much stronger card than the Master Splicer, and definitely splashable in white, so I'm just going to take it here. Alright, here we have some decent cards as well. Angel of Vitality is still a fine card. 3 mana, 2/2 flyer is still pretty decent. It does work better in a life gain deck, which is, white-black archetype, which incentivizes for picking up a lot of life gain. There's a Dawning Angel, which is a decent 5 mana 3/2 flyer. It's pretty good. There's also Boreal Elemental, which I believe is much stronger than the Dawning Angel and the Angel of Vitality. Then there's Goblin Smuggler, which is an excellent 3 mana 2/2 creature that can give other 2 power creature evasion. Sedge Scorpion's okay as a 1-drop, but I don't think taking a safe pick is good when you have some pretty excellent flyers in this pack. So here, it's a debate against these 3. I do think Boreal Elemental is stronger than the rest of these cards. The white does make it much easier to cast the Ironroot Warlord if we're going green-white. White is the weakest color, however. But given that Ironroot Warlord is splashable and Boreal Elemental is pretty splashable, I think I will take the Boreal Elemental, which I think is just the strongest card in this pack by far. Angel of Vitality is only best in the black-white life gain deck. We're incentivized to go green, which means we don't necessarily have a lot of life gain payoffs in that archetype. So here I think I just like the Boreal Elemental over the Dawning Angel, which I wouldn't fault anyone for taking if you want to take a safer pick, but I feel like Boreal Elemental is just too good to pass up here that I'm just going to take it and keep my colors open. Alright, Season of Growth is a very excellent card. This 2-mana enchantment, the ability to scry 1 every single time a creature enters the battlefield is essentially like drawing a card if you have to keep bottling non-essential lands and late game cards that aren't good in the late game, of course. Other considerations, Raise the Alarm is decent. Brightwood Tracker, I wouldn't mind having one of, but I wouldn't take it over Season of Growth. I think Season of Growth is just absolutely excellent. This would incentivize us to pick up some Pump Spells, some Rabid Bites, and maybe even Feral Invocations as an enchantment that targets it. But I think this card is great best in the early game, of course, but in the late game I still think it's quite prominent. Again, the fact that you can keep scrying one every time, and I would pick it over any of these other green commons, which are decent. I don't mind having a Brightwood Tracker, good late game sync that allows us to filter through our deck in order to find some playables. It is a heavy mana commitment, however. There's also Mammoth Spider, which I don't mind having one of as well, but I would never take it over Season of Growth. I think it's just too good to pass up here. There's also an Octoprophet as a consideration, but I think Season of Growth has more upside, just because not only is it cheaper, but it can stick on the battlefield and keep scrying cards that you need or don't need on the top of your deck, and I feel that it's definitely much more preferable and powerful. So I'm just going to take it here. Alright, here, if you want to stick with green, there's again a Brightwood Tracker, which we are heavily incentivized due to the fact that we picked up Cavalier, Ironwood Warlord, and Season of Growth. There's also Scampering Scorcher. It's not necessarily a great splash card. It gives us the ability to maybe stay open in red, maybe green-red, but let's see, there's also Chandra's Embercat, which, you know, these are fine red commons. They're pretty good, but we don't really have any Lavakin Brawlers with us, or the green-red uncommon. I forgot what the name of it is. It's a 2-mana green-red uncommon, which, you know, you can pump it for every elemental. Forgot the name of it. It would definitely incentivize me to pick up a Scampering Scorcher, but for now I think we want to stick with green. Pivoting towards a fourth color, just it's not wrong pivoting towards a fourth color, but I think I want to stick with just 3 colors right now, just to make things less awkward. I mean, I wouldn't hate anyone for taking any of these 3, honestly, but I think I can just stick with a Brightwood Tracker here, and we have no reason to pivot into red or anything just because of Scampering Scorcher. But yeah, let's just pick up the Brightwood Tracker and go from there. Here, I do like the Blossoming Sands. Allows me to splash for Ironwood Warlord, or it just helps me fix my mana in case I'm just going green and white. Gift of Paradise is decent as well. It helps us fix our mana and ramp, but I would much prefer just a tap land, honestly. Just because we don't have to pay 3 mana to get a Gift of Paradise. There's also Dying Angel, which is decent if we want to stick with white, but I would definitely take the tap land over just because it gives us an incentive to splash the Ironwood Warlord in case we go green-blue or green-black or any other color here. So I'm just going to take the Blossoming Sands, and I think that's just the card we need right now. Alright, Inspired Charge is a kind of a payoff for going wide. Here we have some decent black commons. I like Blood Burglar, just a decent 2-drop that has life gain. Phantom Fleet Cutthroat is decent as well, but it's only great if we're going aggressive with, especially the Audacious Thieves. When they attack, they can block, and we can play a Phantom Fleet Cutthroat to take out a creature. There's also Befuddle. It's a mediocre combat trick. But I would much prefer the Inspired Charge, because green-white is an archetype that incentivizes us to go wide, and I think it has a lot more upside than the Befuddle, and it can help you close out the game. So I should just pick up here, even though white is the weakest color. I think I wouldn't find one for taking any of these cards, actually, these 4, but yeah, let's just go for it. Alright, the best card in this pack is Goblin Smuggler. It's possible that we can still go red. I mean, Greenwood Sentinel it's a 2-drop, but I find it very replaceable in filler. We are kind of lacking 2-drops regardless, but we can always pick up more along the way. I wouldn't mind a Goblin Smuggler just because it is, again, the best card in this pack, and it gives us an option to go red. So maybe we could regret passing up that Scampering Scorcher if we open up a red bomb next pack, or if a bunch of Lavakin Brawlers start appearing throughout the draft. So I'm just going to take the Goblin Smuggler and go from there. This is only best out 1, so I don't know how relevant Plummet is. It could be decent in situational. Other than that, there's Bone to Ash, which is okay if you can pull it off. The opponent can play around really well because it's 4 mana and it's quite predictable. Daybreak Chaplain's okay. Actually it's pretty filler. I'm not a big fan of it anyways. There's Moment Heroism, which is just, again, a filler combat trick. So none of these cards are really too much to consider in a draft. I don't think I would like to play any of them. But in case we go blue, we can try to hedge our bets against Bone to Ash. Or maybe just pick a filler 2-drop. Daybreak Chaplain as a blocker, but I don't think we're going to play it. We'll see. So here, just going to roll my bets on maybe just a Daybreak Chaplain as a 2-drop. Alright, we have Squad Captain as a go wide payoff. There's also Convolute, again, which I'm not a big fan of counter spells because you have to leave mana up. And the opponents can usually play around them. Green-white is an archetype that looks to go wide, so I mean Squad Captain would make the fit perfectly. Convolute doesn't give me an incentive to switch to blue, but it's still possible. But anyways, I'm just going to take the Squad Captain because we have a lot more white cards here, and I would like to have a good playable deck for our first pack. So let's take the Squad Captain. Here in our Goblin Smuggler, I think I'm just going to take it. I would even hate draft this in IRL pod if I'm playing against other opponents, just because it's just a powerful 3-drop that can make Lavakins unblockable, Audacious Thieves unblockable, Pack Mastiffs unblockable, and it can get really out of hand. So I'm just going to pick the Goblin Smuggler. I don't know about second Brightwood Tracker. I'm just a huge fan of 1. But other than that, Greenwood Sentinel doesn't look too good, but I guess we can take our first copy in case we don't get enough 2-drops. Brightwood Tracker is decent, but I don't know about keeping more than 1. It just gets awkward if you have 2 on the board, and you just want to really activate it once per turn, because it costs so much mana, so I'm just going to take the Greenwood here. There's also Befuddle, which I don't hate. It was just a mediocre filler combat trick at the end of the day, and I think Greenwood Sentinel makes more sense. None of these matter. I guess we take the Blade Brand because it's the best card in the pack. None of these really matter. I guess I'll just pick the Epic here. Alright, second pack where we're looking for maybe some more early game. Maybe we can open a bomb in another color that we would like to switch to. We can still splash the Ironwood Warlord, but we're still sticking with green for now, so let's go from here. Alright, Skryland's pretty decent. What else is in the pack? There's also Master Splicer. Hey, we're already in green, white, so that's an excellent card that fits in well. There's also Skullmutt. It's very okay. Splashing. Boreal Elemental is great. Cloud Concealer is great. If it was pick 1 pack 1, I would consider either Cloud Concealer, Master Splicer, or Boreal Elemental. I would definitely take Cloud Concealer over the Boreal Elemental, just because it's cheaper and it's a nice 2-for-1. You play it and you draw a card, it replaces itself. Just a very good card in general. But given that we're going white for the most part, I'm looking to pick up the Master Splicer. I don't think I want to pivot out of Cloud Concealer. It just, I would like to just cast the Ironwood Warlord more consistently, so let's just place these 2 here. So yeah, let me think. So let's just say Daybreak Chaplain's replaceable filler. This is filler almost. Inspired Charge can almost be like filler, but it's a fine way to close out the game for going wide. Squad Captain, I think it's kind of clunky, but I think it has a nice payoff for going wide. And I think Master Splicer just fits our deck better. I'm just thinking right now whether or not we should maybe decide to move hedge into blue. But we already have a good white card. We have some decent white cards as well, and I think Iron Root Warlord would be better if we're not splashing it, just to make it more consistent. So Master Splicer is definitely the pick here. Little Pegasus I don't hate. There's a Rabbit Bite in this pack, and there's also Dawning Angel. We don't currently have any removal right now, so I'm hedging towards the Rabbit Bite. It does kind of incentivize us to pick up stronger powered creatures, but we can definitely do that. I mean, higher powered creatures, my bad. There's Master Splicer, which can create a 4/4. Iron Warlord can get big. Cavalier can get big. Squad Captain can get big. So I do like the Rabbit Bites. Wouldn't hate a Loa Pegasus as just an early game attacker. Don't know if I would take over Dying Angel, which would give us an extra 3, a 3rd, 5th drop. But I think I just take the Rabbit Bite over here just to give us some removal, and it pairs well with Season of Growth. So definitely taking it. There's another Rabbit Bite. There's also Will and Champion, which is a token payoff. It does require a little bit more work, of course, because of the fact that it requires us to make tokens to incentivize on creatures that generate tokens. There's Iron Root Warlord, Master Splicer creates a token. What else? That's it. Rabbit Bite does fit well in our deck as well. Will Champion has synergy, so I mean I wouldn't hate anyone for taking these two. So I mean I wouldn't take Rabbit Bite or Mammoth Spider. I think that removal is just too important in limited. I think I would take the Rabbit Bite over the Will Champion. Will Champion incentivizes us to have more build arounds. Build around cards like maybe the Feral Pup for 3 mana, and it would fit in our deck nicely because we are looking to go wide with tokens. So I mean I'm considering Will Champion, but again removal is important and limited, and I think Rabbit Bite has synergy with the Season of Growth. I'm just going to take it over here. Okay, only one card would ever consider here. If we picked up the Will Champion, this was the card I was talking about. It's called a Ferocious Pup. Generates a token. But I definitely will not pick it over Silverback Shaman. Just an excellent 5-drop. Has trample. When it dies, draws a card. Just a really good card in general. Does give us more late game, so I'm incentivized to pick it up here. There's also an excellent black card. Bloodthirst Aerialist is a nice life game payoff card. Sanitarium Skeleton gives a way to give Blade Brand to it, yep, and Bone Splinters, but I think I'm taking Silver Shaman. There's also consideration for the Dismal Backwire. I mean, actually no, my bad. I thought the other color was green, so I thought we could maybe utilize and splash more elemental, but I'm definitely taking the Silverback Shaman here. I guess we can take a Sedge Scorpion. I don't hate it. It's just a 1-mana defensive creature. It works well with Rabbit Bite since it has Death Touch, and I think it fits our deck nicely. Under consideration, Soul Salvage. I don't think I'm going to try to splash for that one. I'm just going to take the Sedge Scorpion here. There's also Wolfkin Bomb, which works well with our Season of Growth, but again, it's another 5-drop, and it's not the highest rated card in particular. It does cost a lot, so I'm just going to take a... Okay, Motor Ryan. Okay, there's an... Actually, I was thinking about splashing this, but we don't have any mana for fixing. Maybe just taking our Rabbit Bite. Just goes well for Season of Growth and Sedge Scorpion. Makes sense. Right, I guess Growth Cycle, we can pick up our first copy. It works well with Season of Growth. I don't hate having 1 or 2 copies of these. Maybe 3 if we want to be greedy. Reduce Ashes could be a fine splash, but we don't have any mana fixing. Another Brightwood Tracker. Not a big fan of having too many of these again, so I'm just going to take the Growth Cycle. Just makes sense here. Don't hate our first copy of Mammoth Spider. There's also Thicket Crasher. How many elementals do we have? We only have Cavalier Thorns as an elemental, so it doesn't really have a lot of synergy in our deck. It works well in the teamer colors in red and blue and green. If we like pick up for example, pick one pack one was like a Risen Reef, Thicket Crasher would make sense because it's an elemental and it gives it all trample. But here I'm looking at the Mammoth Spider. Our late game does look pretty high, but I think we can still go away with 4 or 5 drops. Maybe we don't play a 6 drop or anything, but Mana Spider is just so much better than Greenwood Sentinel that I'm just gonna take it. Feral Invocation could work nice in our deck. Don't think we need another Mammoth Spider, especially if we took another one. Don't want to make our curve too high. Their Crasher again. I mean, we could still pick up the I think it's a 6 mana 7/7. I think it's called a War's Claw or something. It could still fit the bill, but I mean, our late game looks pretty developed here. I think Feral Invocation just makes sense given that we have Season of Growth and just a fine combat trick enchantment / enchantment. We can't get 2 for 1 by murder, but I don't hate it here. I think I'm just gonna take it since it works well with Season of Growth. Nothing much here. What would I hate draft in this pack? Mage's Convolute can be pretty annoying if my opponent that I'm playing against is picking it up. Okay, so I mean we could pick up our second Brightwood Tracker. Don't know about the second Mammoth Spider. Our curve is getting pretty high, and I'm looking at our 5 drops. I'm already liking it, so I think I just might as well pick up a Brightwood Tracker here just in case. Okay, Ferocious Pup can work well to Season of Growth because it's double scry. It's the only thing that fits the deck right now. That's a late Sanitarium Skeleton, by the way. But anyways, just go from there. Wolfkin Bond could make our deck, maybe not. We'll see. Guess we'll just pick it up. None of these matter. Okay, so final pack. Our late game looks developed. We could use one more late game card. We definitely need more early game here, so I might be incentivized to pick up more 2 and 3 drops. 4s look pretty decent. Removal spells look pretty solid with triple Rabid Bite. We could use one more, but let's see. Let's put these away. Could use mana fixing, maybe the Splash of Boreal Elemental, but I would just prefer to keep it our mana base consistent without the splash. But it's still consideration. Anyways, let's just move on to the third pack. All right, Ajani is just a slam, pick one, pack one bomb. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna pick it up here. There's also Will Champion again, which would work very well in our deck. But I wouldn't take it over Ajani. Ajani just wins games by itself. We're looking to go wide, so we're gonna gain a crap load of life. Even just making a Primate token is pretty annoying. It can act as a chump blocker. We can keep gaining life with it, with the plus ability to keep growing it. So Ajani is definitely the pick here. Again, Will Champion would be great in our deck. It is a good 2-drop, but I don't think I'm taking over Johnny because it's too powerful. Center Cursor is a decent 3-drop. 3-mana 3/3 is pretty decent as formats. So yeah, Johnny is the pick.
Everyone belongs in a place that they can call home.
All right. Can pick up the Evolving Wilds for splashing. War's Claw is the card I was talking about that works well. The Thicket Crasher. But it looks like we have a lot of late game already, and it does make our mana curve a little bit clunky. There's a second growth cycle, which I don't hate, which works well with Season of Growth. Acts as a decent combat trick to maybe close out the game, get a card draw, or trade off with the opponent. Would I take over Evolving Wilds here? Evolving Wilds isn't bad though. It allows me to splash for a third color, maybe splash for Boreal Elemental or another single colored bomb that the opponent is passing. There's a lot of good red cards. Chandra's Outrage and Shock, and even Reduce to Ashes here. If this was pick 1, pack 2, maybe I'd take the Outrage after pick 2, pack 1. I would take the Outrage after the Ajani, but here I'm just looking at Growth Cycle and Evolving Wilds. I don't think we need multiple Growth Cycles, even though they work with Season of Growth pretty well. Made of Mana Fixing just makes things a lot more consistent. Helps us thin our deck by 1 card, and in case we need to cast Cavalier on 5, it allows us to get our third green or second green. So I'm just going to take the Evolving Wilds here, but I wouldn't fault anyone for taking Growth Cycle as well, but here I'm just gonna take the Evolving Wilds. Paso is a hate card. It's definitely pretty good against a black deck that's looking to exile cards, but again, it's quite situational. I would rather have another early game card, such as Sedge Scorpion. Works well with our Rabbit Bite, just a defensive card in the early game that we're looking to that we need. There's also Tranquil Cove if I really want to splash a Boreal Elemental. There's Inspiring Captain, which could replace Inspired Charge, but I think Inspired Charge is similar enough that I think I'm just going to take the Sedge Scorpion here, and yeah, go from there. Thrashing Bronodon I mean, okay, so there's 3 good cards here. Thrashing Bronodon, I think it's an okay card. It's definitely an above average 3-drop stats, but I think I would rather take the Leaf Kindred just to help us ramp. And we do need an extra 2-drop in early game to help curve us out to hit our late game as well. There's also Silverback Shaman, but again, I think we need to ramp over it right now. So I'm just going to take the Leaf Kindred here. Just makes more sense. But if it was pick 3, I think this was pick 4 pack 3. Maybe it was pick 4 pack 1 after the I think this was after the Chandra, right? No, this was after the Evolving Wilds. I'd probably consider maybe out of these 2. It's close. In terms of late game, Silverback Shaman does do a lot more work than the Leaf Kindred, but our deck needs the ramp that we're looking for as on 2, so I'm taking a Leaf Kindred here. Here, another Leaf Kindred would make sense. We could take another. We can take the Silverback Shaman. There's also Barkai Troll, which is not bad. It's a decent 2-drop. A 2-drop with hexproof, 2-drop 3/3 of hexproof. It does become worse in late game because usually the opponent already has 4 toughness creatures to pretty much block it from attacking, stonewall it from attacking. It's another Silverback Shaman, but again, I mean, our late game array looks pretty good. We also have Wolfkin-Bond. I mean, it could replace Wolfkin-Bond, but at this point we almost have a deck already. Maybe the Leaf Kindred is the pick here, just having a second one to allow us to ramp, maybe help us grab cards with the Brightwood Tracker, help us get our Cavalier out there. I mean, I wouldn't hate a Barkai Troll as well, just as a decent 2-drop card that can trade off an attack. So it's close here. Let's see, this is a hard choice. I would definitely take Leafkin over Gift of Paradise. Maybe it's just these 2 drops I'm debating between. Maybe we just want our mana to be more consistent, so we just take the Leafkin Druid, which I don't hate. Gives us a nice way to ramp out cards again. Nice mana sink for Brightwood Tracker, Ironwood Warlord, which can win the game by itself. I think I'm just going to take the Leafkin Druid here just to solidify our 2 drops, and yeah, I think it has much more upside than a Barkai Troll. Guess we can take another Pharaoh Invocation as a combat trick. Don't think we need a second Inspired Charge. There's also Griffin Sentinel. I think that can be okay, but we're not looking like a Flyers deck. At the end of the day, it's just a 3-mana 1/3. We have 3 toughness Leafkin Druids, which can block in the ground already, and a Daybreak Chaplain, and we're not looking to go in the air, so I think Pharaoh Invocation makes a lot more sense. I think it just has a lot more upside, so I'm just going to take it. Alright, another Leafkin Druid. I'm definitely going to take it over Sedge Scorpion. So we're definitely going to get the ramp that we're looking for with the Leafkin Druid. And I would take over Gift of Paradise just because it's a 2-drop. Excellent in the early game. That's a late Tonebound Lich, so Dimir looks open. But yeah, let's just take the Leafkin Druid here. Okay, I'm happy with Netcaster Spider. Our 3 was looking like a hole. Just an excellent, decent 3-drop that helps us unblock air creatures, has decent toughness levels, and yeah, I'm just going to take it here, and go from there. Alright, happy with Willen Champion. We have Ferocious Pup as a token generator, Ironwood Warlord as a token generator, Master Splicer generates tokens. I think I would take I mean, there's also Centaur Courser, which is a consistent 3-drop. I think the upside Woodland Champion has more benefits just because it's a 2-drop that can just become a 3-drop once you play a token and grow it It can become a 4/4 essentially, or a 5/5 Wally. Centaur Cursor, even though it is a 3-man 3/3, and we do have a hole at 3, I think a Woodland Champion has more upside, plays well with the Iron Warlord, and maybe even Wolfkin Bond, we'll see. Happy of our second growth cycle. Don't think I'm taking Worst Claw. Just not a big fan of the card. It's only great if you have a Thicket Crasher to give it trample. Other than that, it gets chump blocked constantly, and it's just quite expensive. So let's just pick the growth cycle here. Best out of 3, I would pick the natural end, but this is best out of 1. Maybe just take the Soul Salvage. Nothing here. Befuddles is just an annoying combat trick if I'm playing against another opponent. Could use the Gift of Paradise. We already have a lot of rant with Leafin Druid, but other than that, don't think I'm playing any of these. Skeleton. Alright, so let's build our deck. Alright, so 48 cards currently, so we're looking to do quite a number of cuts. I can see ourselves cutting a land just because we have triple Leafkin Druid. I don't think I would ever go below 16, but I think we can take a land out. Just because we have a lot of ramp with the Leafkin Druids, and the array provides us a lot of support that I don't want to really flood out here. What cards are we looking to cut? Maybe Daybreak Chaplain, Greenwood Sentinel. Don't hate the double growth cycle, don't hate the triple rabbit by in the Season of Growth. Ferocious Pup works well with the Woodland Champion, I don't hate it. Feral Invocation. Could cut the Gift of Paradise, since we have a lot of ramp. Don't know if we want to splash Boreal Elemental, like our 5 drops look good enough, I think we're just going to take it out. Don't think I want to make my mana base worse by including blue into our deck. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, alright. 6 more cuts. Let's think here. Wolfkin Bond could be cuttable. Looks like I don't need Gift of Paradise because we have a lot of ramp. We're not looking to fix for Boreal and Elemental as well, so I'm just going to cut it from here. Let's see here. These are spells. These are drops. Here. Creatures. I like our 5 drops, so I don't think I want to cut any of them. 4 drops look pretty decent. I could cut a Brightwood Tracker because again having 2 of them is pretty awkward. I mean the 4-mana 2/4 is an okay blocker. By the end of the day, don't think I need 4. I mean 2. I mean activating once per turn is good enough. So I think I can cut 1. Let's see. So 4 more cuts here. Could cut Feral Invocation. Could cut the Inspired Charge. I don't know if our deck is looking to be that aggressive. We're looking to mostly ramp out our creatures. So maybe we're not looking to go wide and flood the board. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We already have 15 creatures, so... I mean 17 creatures in fact. So we can cut a couple of creatures. I would rather just have my Leafkin Druids ramp out on turn 2 rather than playing a mediocre Daybreak Chaplain. Greenwood Sentinel can go as well. I guess our strategy isn't to go wide, but I mean Inspired Charge can close out the game. It's to ramp into our 5 drops. If that's the case, I still like the Squad Captain. We are going to play some early game. This will get big. Guess we can cut a Wolfkin Bond. It does play decent with Feral Invocation and the Woodland Champion, so maybe we can keep it as a late game card. Not sure. Could cut a Feral Invocation. We already have 2 growth cycles. I mean, it is decent because it's permanent. So the last 2 final cuts are pretty difficult here, I think. Let's see. Definitely running 16 lands with triple Leafkin Druid. Maybe we just cut the Inspired Charge. It doesn't look like our deck is trying to be aggressive. Again, we're just trying to ramp out to our big minions and win the early game with big drops, and that can keep beating them down, like the Iron Warlord, the Cavalier, the Silverback Shaman, the Squad Captain. So I can see myself cutting Inspired Charge because Again, this card's only great if you're looking to have a finisher to kill the opponent. It's not really good if it's stuck in your hand the early game and you're not really beating down on the opponent hard. So I think I'm going to cut the Inspired Charge here. Now I can cut a Pharaoh Invocation, could cut a Growth Cycle. I think I do prefer maybe the Pharaoh Invocation over Growth Cycle just because it remains on the minion permanently. Even though Growth Cycle does have a higher upside. Could cut the Wolfkin Bond actually. Like, it does buff our Woodland Champion, does work well with Season Growth, but again, it's looking like another 5-drop. So this is difficult for me to choose between. Maybe we can cut the Wolfkin Bond. I mean, it's basically a Pharaoh Invocation with a slight upside of creating a 2/2 token. I mean, I don't hate it. Pharaoh Invocation is instant speed. I think we can just cut the Wolfkin Bond just to lower curve and just go from here. We'll see how our deck plays, and if it doesn't perform well, maybe we can cut a Pharaoh Invocation and replace it with a Wolfkin Bond, or maybe just cut a Growth Cycle and replace it with the Wolfkin Bond. I think this is our deck. Let's see our mana base. Let's see. We're looking to play heavy green over 4 white cards, so we're definitely looking to play more green. However, we do need double white to cast a Johnny. So I think I'm looking at 7 white sources maybe should be okay. Therefore cut 2 plains, add 2 forests, 9, 10, 11, 5, 6, 7. Don't hate this. I just don't want to maybe go down to 6 white because we could end up with Iron Warlord to play in the early game. Maybe we want to cast a Johnny exactly on 4. Master Splicer needs to be played on 5. But we are heavy green, and I think 11 green sources should be enough to support that. And 7 white sources, including the Evolving Wilds, can help. So yeah, I'm just going to fire off this draft and take it from there. Oh, we need to give a name to the deck. Can't really come up with anything creative. I think we just M20 Selesnya makes sense. Yep. Taking 30 seconds to find a game. Come on now. What's going on? Alright. Let's get our first match on the road. Alright, so we have Leafkin Druid on 3. Don't really have any big creatures, but can I really mulligan this hand? It's not looking great with 2 combat tricks and double Rabbit Bite without any support. Could draw into a 3-drop later. Can I really mulligan this hand? Maybe it could be a fine mulligan. Don't have any creatures to fight with Rabbit Bite, so they're just stuck in our hand the early game. We could draw into a creature, but again, I think I want to wait my bets on the better hand. Here I'm liking this hand. I think I want to take out Ferocious Pup. I could just cut a Leafkin Druid. So we're looking to play turn 2 Leafkin Druid. Maybe turn 2 Season of Growth into Leafkin Druid. I think I want this Ferocious Pup maybe. It could just bomb a Leafkin Druid, to be honest. Does give us a lot more mana to ramp out the Silverback Shaman, but definitely keeping here. I like the Season of Growth. So it's either Ferocious Pup or Leafkin Druid. Don't think I want to be greedy enough to bottom any of the lands. I like the Silverback Shaman exactly on 5. Let's see. I think I'm fine just bombing Leafkin Druid just because I'd rather have an attacker And we can always scry to what we're looking for. Colossus Hammer is not a good card. Don't ever play it in limited. Here, I can do a Leafkin Druid. Next turn, what's going to happen? I'm going to have 4 mana to play. I definitely won't have enough for Silverback Shaman. So I think I want to start with Season Throw, just to get the Scry going. Then Scry twice with the Ferocious Pup. Let me check the settings. Hopefully everything is okay. I'll trigger it. Alright, here I think I want to play out the... I mean, I could play out the Leafkin Druid and ramp into Silverback Shaman next turn. Maybe that's just a better play. Like, Ferocious Pup does get me the double Scry, but I'd rather just have a bigger threat next turn, so I think the Leafkin Druid is correct. Feral Invocation is decent. I'm going to play Silverback Shaman next turn. It works well with the Season of Growth and give me a card draw. I think I'm going to keep it on top. Next turn we can play out the Silverback Shaman, so that's looking good. Hopefully he doesn't have enough mana for a counterspell and he doesn't leave 3 blue up. Otherwise I might just play the Ferocious Pup over it. Okay, Cloudkin's here. Tapping out. I guess now we can play the Silverback Shaman. That's fine. Here we're gonna bomb the land. Don't think I need a second one. I mean, we could double spell with Feral Pup, Ferocious Pup, and Feral Invocation, but I don't want to, you know, flood myself by keeping lands on top, so I'm just gonna keep it like this. You could have Chandra's Outrage for this turn just to take out the Silverback Shaman, but I mean, hopefully he doesn't main phase it so I can respond to Feral Invocation. So we'll see. Hardcover is not particularly a good card as well. Don't know how this guy reached Platinum. Yeah, definitely I would never play. Okay, so I guess... Alright, cool. I guess we got our first win. Not too difficult. So I think I still prefer the Feral Invocation over the Wolfkin Bond, but let's just play our second game and go from there. So we're looking to have our Leafkin Druids. Third land gives us either Iron Warlord or Ferocious Pup. Don't know if I need to keep this hand though. Maybe I can mulligan for it. Let's see. We could draw into a third land again, play Ferocious Pup or Iron Warlord. So maybe I'm looking to keep. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to get a Johnny on 4 unless we have double whites, but don't think I want to mulligan. I think I'm gonna take my bets, but 2-lander. Leafkin Druid would be a great draw on turn 2, but we'll see. One's going white with a Scorched Earth. Alright, second white. So it looks like we can cast a Johnny once we get our 4th mana. So just gonna take 2 here. Next turn play the Ferocious Pup. Or the Ironroot Warlord. Maybe that's just a better blocker, unless he has black. So he's going Boros here. Here. And I think I want to hedge my bets with Ironroot Warlord just because he doesn't have... I mean, he could be bad against an Outrage, but he doesn't really have Outrage mana up until turn 4. This only ramps out Elemental, so play a land here. The guy needs to be played on 4, though. So I think I'm just going to play the Ironroot Warlord, just a better blocker than the Ferocious Pup. You could play Shock, which is pretty annoying, especially when you can just keep attacking with the Sword Spitter. Lots of Brawlers, pretty good. So this is going to be a 5 damage attacker. instinct here. We could plop down a Johnny, make a 2/2. This is going to be 5 power next turn. Am I looking to kill it? Growth Cycle, just casting Growth Cycle is enough. We might have to just... If I play a Johnny in minus, I can make a chump blocker for the Lava King Brawler. But I don't know if that's the right play. Maybe just play the Ferocious Puff here. Just take it slow. I think that's the thing. And I don't think we're going to block the Lava King Brawler next turn. I mean, I can hope to double block it, but maybe I can bait them with Growth Cycle or even trade off the Silverback Shaman. But I'm fine taking 5 maybe. I would love to use a life gain ability on the Johnny though, so. So if we double block and he has a combat trick, then we can get really blown out. So I think I'm going to take 5, maybe plop the Silverback Shaman next turn, offer a trade or a combat trick, or leave up mana for, and then afterwards play a Johnny, leave up mana for Growth Cycle. So yeah, I'm just going to take 5 here. Like, that's protection from white, so unfortunately Iron Root Warlord doesn't seem like a good blocker against it. However, we do have the puppy. So what are we gonna do now? Play the land. Maybe just plop down this Silverback Shaman. A Johnny comes in the battlefield. What happens? He can attack with Scorch Spitter that has a trigger. Little Pegasus will attack into it. I don't think it's the best play. I could just play Leafkin Druid and then leave up mana for Growth Cycle. But I think the Silverback Shaman is good enough here that we could maybe trade it off with the Lava King Brawler. Yeah, I think that's the play. Am I attacking with the Iron Warlord? That's a good question. It doesn't block Unchained Berserker pretty well. So let's say he attacks. He's attacking the Lava King Brawler in fire. I'm gonna trade this off. Hopefully, the 2 will get through. The 2/2's gonna block this 3/1 here. Maybe it's best not to attack just because I have a blocker for these other 2 cards. Totally reasonable. And I think I would trade the Silverback over the Lava King just because Iron Root Warlord seems to have a lot more upside. So. Reduced. Okay, that's bad news. So I'm definitely looking at double block here. I can't keep taking damage from this Lava King Brawler, otherwise it's just going to get out of hand. I mean, I could still chump it, leave up Growth Cycle next turn. So let's see here. So let's say I block with the 2/2 here, and I chump block the 5/4. What will happen? This will be only 1 power. Maybe that's the right play. We could leave up Growth Cycle mana with a Johnny next turn as well. So maybe this block is okay. Don't think I want to take 7, so... I mean, I could offer a double block. But then, how am I going to take care of Unchained Berserker next turn? I think this is the right play here. Keep the Warlord up. Well, actually I need another land to play a Johnny and Leafkin Druid. So maybe next turn just Johnny and then have Growth Cycle up. Hopefully he doesn't have another combat trick or removal spell next turn when he's attacking, so I can kill off the Lava King Brawler essentially. So why does he have priority? I don't understand. You could maybe tap the Ember Cat. Could be a bug. I mean, the timer's not going off. Okay. Just needs to let damage happen and resolve. He's gonna pass here. I would love a land, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Squad Captain is going to be a 4/4. No, actually it's just gonna be a 3/3, so it's not good enough. Maybe I just like the Leafkin Druid with the with Growth Cycle. Just allows me to maybe ramp out Johnny next turn and have a 2-mana up for the Iron Leaf Intruder Growth Cycle. But I definitely think I want a Growth Cycle if he decides to attack with Lavakin Brawler on his turn. Hopefully he doesn't have Reduced to Ashes, otherwise I'll have to respond with Growth Cycle. We'll see. Don't know why the opponent is AFK right now. Let me just click this. Auto pass. He could have God's Willing. That's why he still has priority. So he's definitely going to attack with a Lavakin Brawler. But now the question is, should I Growth Cycle before blocks? I think I do it before blocks. I don't know of any 5-mana instant speed removal tricks, but I'm just going to do it to stay safe here. I'm going to allow that to resolve. Growth Cycle here. And then just block. He could have God's Willing again. That will give him protection, but it's okay. The creatures are just going to bounce off each other. Yeah, I think he has God's Willing. 1 mana. Oh, just outright. Okay, that's fine. At least they both trade. I hate losing the Iron Warlord though, but we have Johnny to close that lead, so I'm happy with it. Let's think here. We can play a Johnny and then a 2-drop. Another. I think that's the play here. I could play Sedge Scorpion, this squad captain, but I think a Johnny is too much of a threat. That would prefer it, maybe. Yeah, I think it's fine. And I don't think I'm going to gain life here. I think I'm going to minus and create a... Actually, I think I should do plus here, actually. Just because if I do minus, he's going to have enough damage to get through. The Scorched Spear will trigger on the Planeswalker, and Lord Pegasus is going to get in for a lot of damage. So I don't hate trading off a Sedge Scorpion over a Scorched Spitter, however, but I think that just might be the play. Otherwise, it's... Yeah, I think I'm going to play Sedge Scorpion here, just because he might attack with the Ember Cat. I think I'm going to plus here, just to gain some life.
Find your inner strength.
Like, I can take 4, maybe, from the Flyer and the Scorched Spitter. Next turn I can block it. He does look incentivized to attack with the Scorched Spitter. He needs to attack with another creature. I'm definitely blocking Ember Cat if he decides to attack with everything.
I don't want to hurt you.
So this is going to go down to 3 and 2. Okay, 3 and then 2, then I plus it next turn, he's going to kill it off. So maybe I do want to block the Scorched Spitter. Well, it's going to be 4 power, 4 life anyways next turn. But I think I do it regardless. Just to remove the amount of attackers that he has to allow Loyal Pegasus to there.
I will hold them off.
Hopefully he doesn't draw another Lavakin Brawler in the future. Okay, that's not bad. So here, don't know if it's fine minusing here. Maybe it's better to just plus again. Play Leaf here. Play Squad Captain. It's just a 4-4, but I think that's okay. I could make it a 5-5, but I want to keep the Johnny around just because it's such a powerful threat. If I minus here, he's definitely gonna die, so I'm going to plus here. Gain him the life.
Friendship soothes the soul.
Maybe next turn I would consider minusing. Pack Mastiff, I can definitely block with the Squad Captain. He doesn't have any good attacks here. He could attack with the Ember Can and sacrifice it. So here next turn he's going to attack with the Pack Mastiff. That's going to trade into... Oh, fine. Okay, that Caster Spider is pretty decent. I could minus make a 2-2 here. Pack Mastiff attacks, trade off the Caster Spider. The 2-2 will just get in and kill Johnny. So I think I still want to add here with the Johnny. And then next turn minus. Yeah, Johnny can just get out of hand if it sticks on the board, pretty much. Johnny is just such a great bomb. The opponent needs to deal with it right away, otherwise they're in trouble. Don't think I want to... I could have attacked, actually, my bad. Maybe offer the double trade. But I do like the Netcaster Spider blocking the Loyal Pegasus here. He's going to attack here. Maybe I trade the Netcaster Spider over... Okay, so he's not going to do anything. So, okay, that's a great draw. I think I'm in a minus now. I could have zeroed with a Johnny actually to start getting in, but I don't think their board was unmanageable. So that's a nice second win, 2-0. Let's see how far this deck can go. Maybe we can go the distance. Let's see. Yeah, it was a consideration to maybe use a Johnny's ultimate, exile it, and get rid of all his creatures, but his board just seemed manageable. If I just create tokens and little creature tokens and maybe even drop the Cavalier, I think I can manage it and keep a Johnny on the board. It didn't seem like anything I needed to answer, unless it was like 2 Lavakin Brawlers I would consider ultimating it, but yeah. Alright, don't hate Woodland Champion on 2 and then Ferocious Pup on 3. Don't hate this hand at all. I think it's a good keep. Hopefully we can get Leafkin Druid to help us ramp out Cavalier of Thorns. So we have triple green. It's a high chance that we'll be able to cast Cavalier of Thorns in this game. He's playing Azorius, most likely blue-white flyers. Just... When the champion comes out next turn, I'll be able to cast Ferocious Pup, raise the alarm, okay. Still blue-white is the Flyers archetype. If he attacks here, I'm probably not going to choose to block. He's going to Jeskai, so he's definitely a Flyer archetype. Rabbit Bite looks good here against Warden. He could ramp out something stupid like a Boreal Elemental next turn, so maybe I should Rabbit Bite it. Otherwise I can play on curve with the Ferocious Pup. Let's think here. How scary is it to have a Warden of Evo's Isle onto the battlefield? Maybe I can wait for it. I can always Ferocious Rabbit Bite later with Cavalier of Thorns. The 2-2 Flyer is annoying though, with the ability to have Boreal Elemental next turn. But I think it's fine enough for me to just play the Ferocious Pup. And I think I should often attack. I think trading off for the Warden and a token is pretty good here, so I'm just going to attack here. Hopefully no Boreal Elemental on 4. Okay, Octoprofit is manageable. Don't hate it. Now the question is, should I consider Rabbit Biting here? I already have some reach creatures on turn 5 that I can use. Let's think. I could Rabbit Bite the Octoprofit again for another 3. Maybe he would be incentivized to trade into the Woodland Champion. Don't hate it. So he's definitely not going to trade off this since he attacked. Maybe the Rabbit Bite should be fine. tap more efficiently. But nothing to do this turn. Octoprop is an annoying body on the ground, so target creature. Get it for 3. I could attack with the Wolf, offer a trade for his 1/1 tokens, and I think that should be fine too, because these can get outhanded with Inspired Charge or any other synergies it has. I don't see a reason of keeping a 2/2 pup at the end of the day. Maybe as a blocker on the ground, but okay, 1 mana Sprite. It's pretty annoying. Doesn't have mana for counterspell, so I think it's fine dropping the Cavalier. Like, how can he punish us with all this mana next turn? He could activate Sleep Paralysis, which could be pretty annoying. So maybe I could just play the Mammoth Spider. I think that's reasonable, because I don't want this to get Sleep Paralysis. I mean, I don't want Cavalier to be Sleep Paralysis. I'd rather have the Mammoth Spider, so I'm just going to play it safe here. It's still a fine blocker against Warden. Here, this doesn't accomplish much. Mammoth Spider still blocks it efficiently. Now I can offer an attack, and if he decides to block with the Inspired Captain, I can Feral Invocation. Otherwise, I can attack with Mammoth Spider, Feral Invocation afterwards. Other than that, or I can just be more mana efficient and just play out the Cavalier. Let's think here. I would like to start getting in damage. This is only a 5/5. Let's see, I attack with Mammoth Spider, he decides to double block, I can blow him out with Feral Invocation. So I think it's worth attacking the Mammoth Spider here. Maybe just follow up with Cavalier of Thorns. Okay, let damage happen. I think I'm dropping the Cavalier here. And I'm going to put a... oh man. Put land. Okay, so if Cavalier dies, I can get back a Johnny on top of my deck, so that's pretty nice. If I block here, it can make me vulnerable to reduce to Ashes on 5 for 5 mana, so maybe I don't block. And if he decides to attack, I just let damage happen because I'm already up ahead in the race. So next turn looks like an excellent Feral Invocation turn. Like, these two are just excellent attackers. If I attack with Cavalier and Mammoth Spider, he needs to double block one of them to kill it off. And he's most likely going to try the Cavalier. He might take the safe route and block the Mammoth Spider, but anyways, regardless, Feral Invocation will just blow them out, so I'm just going to attack with these two. Okay. So here, I think I want to kill the 3 powered creatures on the ground. Just because they just have a lot more power and toughness. Even though Warden can ramp them a 5-drop, I haven't seen him play too much air in this game, so I'm just going to Feral Invocation here. And yep, let damage go. Fix 3. Oh, okay. Definitely gonna, let's see. Rabbit Bite could be fine. I think a Johnny makes more sense just because it can get out of hand. There's also another Feral Invocation here. Rabbit Bite could be decent. But I think a Johnny makes more sense. With the Willing Champion on the field, will just get out of hand. So I'm gonna put Johnny on the top and then play the. Maybe leave up Mammoth Spider next turn just to protect the Johnny. Inspired Captain comes out. Let's see. So next turn we have a really good turn. We can drop a Johnny down. Okay, so he's attacking with both. I don't think that's the correct choice. Definitely probably not going to lethal here. If I attack with both, what happens? Three's going to get through. He's probably going to block the Inspired Captain. If I drop down Johnny, what happens? I'll have a blocker in the air, which is nice. A 4 power, 4 toughness to block the Inspired Captain, and a 2/2 on the ground. Yeah, I think I like a Johnny here. I can also just bless to gain health, but I think
Fighting
I'll
tooth
survive.
and claw is what it takes. Then so be it. My pride grows stronger.
I can attack for 4, but that's not. I can attack for lethal actually. He's gonna block one of these cards. Maybe block the villain. He takes 3. Johnny's gonna die. Maybe that's correct. He's definitely gonna attack with these 2 on the ground just to kill off a Johnny next turn. Maybe it's best to play safe. I already have a 1/1 as a chump blocker, so that could be good as well. Okay, he's just gonna give up here. Yeah, I mean, I could have been aggressive or defensive. I was leaning towards the defensive side just to keep a Johnny on the board, just because it can give us life gain the next turn and deal us more craft load of life. But yeah, being aggressive would also be a decent play, because they're forced attacking the Planeswalker. He's going to be out a low life total, 2 life, which is swing for lethal the turn after. So nice 3-0 right now. Let's try to get our 4-0. I like this hand. Leaf can Druid on 2. We have white mana, Rabbit Bite, Bright with Tracker. Yeah, definitely this hand. We're on the draw, so slight unfortunate, but still win. Center and Skeleton on 1 is always annoying, but what can we do? Hopefully I can draw a big 5-drop next turn with Leaf Druid. Or a 4-drop. Okay, Mana Spider's looking good. Wrap it out in 2 turns. And if he's attacking, I don't know if I should block. You could have Blade Brand, which is pretty annoying, but it does prevent him from playing his 3-drop. But regardless, is that worth losing a Leaf Kindred over? Okay, he's just gonna play it here. He should have offered the attack first, just a fake Blade Brand. That's annoying with 2 Undead Servants. He's able to make a bunch of 2/2s. But I think we can still Stonewall him from there. Here, nothing much. And we just play a land, say go. Maybe play a plane just in case we need a double white for Johnny. Yeah, I think we're just gonna drop the Bright with Tracker here. Next turn we can play Mana Spider to stall out the Gorging Vulture. He might have Murder, that can be annoying. You could have Bone Splitters, okay. Early Bone Splitters on a Bright Tracker, that's fine. At least that's not targeting the Spider. Just have a blocker for the Flyer. I guess we play land here, don't really have any counter spells. Leafkin Druid and Rabbit Bite, Leafkin Druid and Growth Cycle, no, I think yeah, 5-drop makes sense. Murder would be annoying. What can we do? I think guys is annoying, but we can still Rabbit Bite out of the air, which is nice. Even that it doesn't destroy the creature, it just taps it out. I'm definitely going to do that now. There are ways to move it. Just the best target that we can hope for. I could keep Growth Cycle mana and throw Invocation up. I think I just want to drop the Leafkin Druid. I still have Growth Cycle something up in case he has damage removal spells. Which black doesn't have a lot of. They mostly have Sleep Paralysis and Murders and everything, which deals with big toughness creatures. Still gonna swing in for 2, we're gonna take it. Hopefully we top deck a Bob next turn. Gorging Vulture again, and a lot more Undead Servants and Soul Salvage as well. So he discarded a bunch of lands, that's good for him. Portal would have been annoying. Ferocious Pup, I don't know if I need to play it out. I don't think I want to attack just because I need to keep this behind for against blockers, but maybe Ferocious Pup is here. It would suck if we top deck a Wooden Champion next turn and Ferocious Pup could give us the extra buff, but I think I would like to just get out just to give an attacker for next turn, which we can maybe bait out of the combat, bring out combat trick to trade. That's annoying, so if he decides to attack with that, I I think Pharaoh Invocation would make sense. Hopefully he doesn't have Murder up. Could offer an attack with the Wolfkin Pup. The Wolf, and if he decides to attack, I can trade it for a 2-drop, and if he decides to block with Boreal Elemental, I'm fine with using a combat trick, so I'm just gonna attack here. Okay. So let's think here. Definitely want to kill a Boreal Elemental first. It's the biggest threat. Pharaoh Invocation will make this the 4/4. Growth Cycle will be able to keep it alive. Well, Growth Cycle, well, this, so let's see, this is going to be a 4/4. With the Growth Cycle, this is going to be a 7/7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I mean, he's going to kill them. He's going to kill them anyways, regardless. But, so let's think here. So if I Pharaoh Invocation and Growth Cycle, what happens? It's gonna die, but I'm gonna take out 2 flyers here. But maybe it's just better to Growth Cycle. Just because Pharaoh Invocation can... let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can kill off everything, leave up a 2/2 flyer. Pharaoh Invocation is just good though, because it's a permanent that I can place onto a creature, such as Mammoth Spider. But I do take out 2 of his flyers. But maybe the Pharaoh Invocation is just necessary enough that I'm just gonna flyer here. I'm not looking to be aggressive, I'm looking to play defensive. So... okay, that's sleep paralysis, which is annoying. So yeah, maybe it was right to have the Pharaoh Invocation up. Now this won't be able to block. I need something to remove this sleep paralysis. Don't have any enchantment destruction, so I'm just gonna take 4 in the air right now. Rabbit Bite is decent. I think I'm just gonna use it now, just to stem the bleeding. Hopefully we top deck a ball next turn. I'm keeping the land in hand just in case you have Ferox, Yurok Sven Lurker, just in case he has a card that makes me exile a card in my hand, so that prevents me from unnecessarily exiling the Pharaoh Invocation. That's annoying. Opponent has an interesting Dimir Flyers deck. Okay. Such Scorpion would have been great with the Rabbit Bites. Guess we're going to take 5 in the air next turn. Hopefully I top deck a Netcaster Spider next turn. I can Pharaoh Invocation it and take out the Boreal Elemental. Double Portal. Don't know if I agree with that, but sure. Double Piranhas, just 2-drop. Then get him for 5. There's not too much we can do. Okay, looks like we didn't win this game. Don't have any reach creatures to deal with flyers. Nothing much you can do about it. We have Spider for reach. We have 2 Spiders for reach, so I think that's fair enough. We have plenty of removal spells as well. It's just unfortunate that the opponent managed to get 4 of his flyers out to take us out. Anything I would consider putting back in? Don't need Second Brightwood Tracker, don't need Gift since we have triple Leafkin Druid, Greenwood Sentinels, Marginal, Wolfkin Bond is just another late game card. I think Pharaoh Invocation is just better than Wolfkin Bond, to be honest, so I'm just gonna stick with this deck here. Let me just count the lands, should be 16 lands in this deck. $14, $15, $16, yeah, so I think we're just gonna stick with this deck and grow from there. First loss, but oh well, it does happen. Hopefully we can get our 6 or 7 today and I'll be happy. Make up for our gem loss, maybe we can run Guilds of Ravnica draft. So be it. Playing against a gold rank, okay. I like this hand. We can sacrifice this, get a green or a white. Don't know if I want to do it early. I think I do so just to be able to just to not have any dead lands in the game. I mean, I could set Scorpion on 1 and then play the Evolving Wilds on 2. Set Scorpion can get in 1 point of damage. Don't know how significant that is. Don't think I need to cast Rabid Bite on 2 either. So, we'll see. Like, it would suck if, I mean, it's fine, I think. Well, he's only getting down to 5. He has a 1-drop. Okay, now Ebon Legion is a card that I must deal with. And I think I'm fine putting Sedge Scorpion to trade for it. I think I might Rabid Bite this on 2 as well. Just because it's such a scary card. He could have Shock Up that can punish us for using Rabid Bites. I could Evolving Wilds here. Next turn he's going to have 3 mana up. If he shocks us, what's going to happen? This is going to die and he's going to be able to pump the Knight of Ebon Legion. It's going to be pretty annoying. Other than that, I think I want to kill this immediately, so I think I'm just going to do it now. Okay, so he doesn't have any response. And I think this is the right move. He's going to attack with Sedge Scorpion here for 1. Knight of Ebon Legion on 1 is very scary, so I think that's the right call. Here I can just develop a 3-drop, and I think that's the right play. I think I want to develop Netcaster Spider over the Ferocious Pup, just because Ferocious Pup has token synergy. This could be more vulnerable to removal, but I have Spider to follow up as a blocker against flyers. Missed the land drop. Okay, I guess we attack now. Drop the Evolving Wilds and then play Ferocious Pup. He has no mana for Murder, he has no mana for Chandra's Outrage, and he missed the land drop. So I think I'm fine just playing out the Ferocious Pup here. And turn I'm going to sacrifice our second green source. We have double white already, so let's go from here. So now he has Outrage mana up. This is the Outrage of Netcaster Spider. I still have 3 attackers on the ground. Sure, let that resolve. Sack this. It's only basic lands, but definitely taking a forest here. Hopefully top deck in there are lands so I can cast a Mammoth Spider. That'll be pretty nice. No, instead I get a Leaf Druid. Still fine. I still have Growth Cycle mana up just in case he uses a removal spell on one of these creatures. So let's attack 3. And pass. Flame Sweet's annoying, so do I want to preserve anything here? I think I do. Sedge Scorpion could be pretty decent. Wolf gives us another attacker. I think I want a Growth Cycle here. Let's see. Could save the Growth Cycle, to be honest. Like, what am I losing? 2 damage on the ground. Bunch of creatures. I think it's fine saving the Growth Cycle. It could be more useful later on. It does get rid of our Death Toucher, which, I mean, it works well with Rabid Bite, but I don't mind using Mammoth Spider. I don't think he's going to play anything too big here that will scare me. Master Splicer's good. I think I want to follow with Master Splicer just because it does a lot more damage. I'm not going to play on just 1 mana, so just leave 1 mana up and go from there. Opponent is playing pretty high quality cards. Magnetic Siphon's good, but no way you can deal with the Golem. I think we just play the Mammoth Spider here. Yeah, leave a land just in case he has Defend Lurker. I want to exile a land, not lose a creature, so I mean lose a useful spell. So I'm just gonna keep keep it like this. He might have a reduced to ashes for the Mammoth Spider, but so be it. Yeah, it's not too impressive or scary. If he has a combat trick, I have Growth Cycle to respond. Don't think I want to Rabbit Bite this. Doesn't seem threatening enough. Okay, just play another land here, attack for 6. I think he has a combat trick. He could have Blade Brand, but he would be blocking the Mammoth Spider. That makes a lot more sense. Okay, let damage happen. He could have a Pump Spell, Infuriate. If that's the case, I guess I... Cage of Fury, okay, so I can find some Growth Cycle now. I mean, I'm going to lose the Golem, but I'm still going to trade. That's annoying, but I have Rabbit Fight to take care of it, and I think I should do it now just in case it gets Life Gain next turn. Hopefully we don't top deck another land, we have another playable next turn. So we'll just keep beating down for 3. I think I'm fine playing out a land here. There you go. Another land, attacking. One more attack, and then it's lethal next turn. Awesome, so we're 4-1 right now. Just need 3 more wins to get that 7. Restock on our gems and maybe do some Guilds of Ravnica draft after I get enough. 4 wins, 3 more wins. Think we can do it? I think our deck is pretty solid and we can get to 7. Okay, turn 2 Season of Growth, don't hate it. Maybe I do keep Sedge Scorpion in the hand. Silverback Shaman is going to take a while to get to, but we do have Rabbit Bites to fend off. I think I like this hand, I'll keep it. Don't know if I want to play Sedge Scorpion on 1, because I do want that Scry trigger on Season of Growth. So maybe I can pass here and just set up the Season of Growth first before I do any Scry shenanigans. Very Miscreant multiples can be pretty obnoxious, but hopefully he doesn't have another one. These cards can get out of hand if you draft a lot of them in that draft. But it's not recommended because it's not, unless it's a last resort in the pack. Because okay, let's see what we do. I definitely like the lead can do here because it's a chance that you don't get them in future packs as well. But if you have at least like 4 of these in a deck, it can get out of hand, especially in blue, white. If you have Sephira as your bomb, you can tap 4 of these easily, and just bring out a 7-mana 7/7 flyer with lifelink and giving every flyer indestructible. So here, I mean, I could take Evolving Wilds. It is kind of slow. I don't know if I'm looking to play a 5-drop next turn. I mean a 4-drop. So I think I would like to keep it. Because I don't think I'm going to play a 4-drop next turn. I think Sedge Scorpion Rabbit Bite looks more possible. So I'm just gonna pass here. And I have 3 mana with Leafkin Druid, and so I don't think I'm gonna cast Silverback Shaman anytime soon. So I'm taking one here. He could have counterspell mana up, but that's fine. I don't care if I miss Scorpion's counter, but I'm just gonna play it anyways. Get the Scry trigger going. Another growth cycle. It does work well with our Rabid Bites and removal spells, and it does draw me a card. So I'm not hating the look of it, but what are we gonna do next turn? I would rather have a land to play out the Shaman, to be honest. Let's think. I mean, even if I bottom this, I'm gonna end up breaking this land, and my deck is gonna shuffle anyway. So I think I'm fine just bombing it. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna sacrifice this end of turn anyways, and shuffle the entire deck. So no attacks. Yeah, I definitely want to play around Counterspell 3 mana, to be honest. Now he could have Bone to Ash, which can be pretty annoying as well. So I don't know if you want to play the Shaman outright next turn. Because he's just going to get a card draw, and he's going to kill off my high-valued Shaman card. We'll see. He should play something this turn. Okay, Raptor comes out. Don't really care. I think I'm going to sacrifice this. Come on. And I think I want to Rabbit Bite this if it does appear. I think I'm taking a second Plains just to... just in case the top deck is not. And it's most likely that we're going to draw green anyways, so let's do this. Could just Rabbit Bite here. Could offer an attack, and then if he blocks, we use a Pump Spell. But I think Rabbit Bite makes sense. I'm just going to do it. Like, yeah, I think it's fine. And this Raptor does get pretty annoying if it goes off. Mistakes. Just a 2-mana first striker is pretty annoying. Yeah, I'm playing a land out here. Don't think he has any discard effects. Attack for 1. Next turn we can play the Shaman. Hopefully he doesn't have mana for counter spell. Otherwise it's gonna leave. It's gonna be pretty annoying. We're just gonna be just trying to debate each other over and over. Okay, hopefully he taps out for mana here. Taps out for a creature, I mean, sorry. Hopefully this video doesn't go up to 2 hours. It might just go up to 2 hours. I don't know. Because this is a lot of content. He's keeping on his mana up, so he definitely has a creature. I think I'm going to keep everything in my hand right now and just keep attacking. For one, he is beating me at the race, but I don't want to play in the counter spell, so I think I'm fine just attacking here. If there was a Ferocious Pup, I'd play into this, but definitely not playing into a 5 mana. He could have the Cutthroat to ambush me, but that's fine. Trading for a creature is okay. I'm not incentivized to Rabbit Bite a 1/1 flyer. It's not even that good of a card. I mean, he could draw a card off of it, so that could be pretty annoying, but I don't think I want to Rabbit Bite a 1/1 flyer. I don't think it's threatening enough that I would consider. It does look like he has instant speed mana up because he's holding priority. So I think I'm just going to pass here. I don't want to lose any of these big 5 drops. I'm just going to pass. I can get totally wrecked if I play a 5 drop with bonus mana. Let's attack for 1 again. The opponent definitely looks like he has instant speed removal, so I mean, so he could still have Convolute out with the 3 blue, the blue and the double whites, but I think that's fine. If I tap out for a 5, what happens is going to Convolute. I could offer an attack and then maybe use Combat Trick, and I think that's what I should start with first. And if not, I can just bait out a Combat Trick with Rabbit Bite. Maybe have him convoluted. And I'm gonna get a draw anyways, even if he counters it, because I'm gonna get the card. So here, which do I want to get countered first? Maybe Growth Cycle, and then I can Pharaoh's Invocation and have a permanent 3/3 on the board if he decides to convolute. God's Willing is annoying. Okay, sure, it doesn't kill off my creature though, so. Still get the card draw off of it. The creatures just bounce off of each other. And I don't think I need to play Pharaoh's Invocation this turn. I think I'm just gonna play a land and say go. Take 2 in the air for now. So he still has enough for Convolute, which is pretty annoying as well. Hopefully he taps out for mana here so I can play the Mammoth Spider. Because I'm taking it. Okay, so so he doesn't have any Convolute mana up. Hopefully he doesn't have Sleep Paralysis next turn. Well, I mean he does have Convolute actually. So I might consider not playing anything, but then that's kind of bad. Could consider playing a Rabbit Bite here. Maybe I just play into it. What happens when I don't have anything to deal with the flyer? That's essentially going to be quite annoying. Maybe I can draw into a land. But maybe I just attack first with the Sedge Scorpion. I could draw into a land and then play a 5-drop with a removal spell, so that's a possibility. I think I should cast a Rabbit Bite too, but cast Rabbit Bite here. Maybe on a 2-powered attacker just in case. Get a lot more threatening. Let's just say he counters this. Okay, so he doesn't have any mana up. Could drop a Johnny. Plus Johnny, what happens? He's just gonna kill it. Maybe just play Will and Champion and say go. Yeah. Another Sedge Scorpion. How good is that? Don't think I need another one. Just because he has a bunch of flyers and I'm not looking to block. I already have one that can kill his stuff in the air, so I think I'm taking 4 for now. Say go. Keeping Rabbit Bite just because he might have the Empyrean Eagle. That would be pretty annoying. I'm gonna take it for now. Now Spider is pretty much going to play next turn. That's annoying. So that's a great Rabbit Bite target actually. It's going to cost 4 mana, but I think it's worth it. I mean, I don't know if it's worth it. So what can happen is this. I play Mammoth Spider. I still have 2 mana up for a Rabbit Bite. Or a... Let's see. How much does it give? It gives me 2 extra mana for a Rabbit Bite. But I still need to pay 4 to get rid of Boreal Elemental. He could have Sleep Paralysis, which is annoying. Could tap out for 4, take out the Boreal Elemental, play another Leafkin Druid, but I think this is the turn to play the Growth Cycle could be decent. Gives me a nice way to draw a card, push in for damage. Let's say Sleep Paralysis this next turn, I'm going to be taking a crap load of damage. It's okay. Now I have 2 mana up to Rabbit Bite. I think I want to save the Rabbit Bite for Boreal Elemental just in case the Mana Spike comes up. This is play here. Keep and pass. Could attack with the Woodland. Then keeping all this behind just so it can Rabbit Bite the. He's attacking with everything. 3, 4. So let's just say he has an Inspired Charge. What happens? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll be dead. If I block here, then it's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm still going to be dead, so I think I'm just going to take the damage here. Maybe a Johnny next turn, then that cast Rabbit Bite. I think that would be the play. Pretty annoying. I think I need the Johnny for the life gain. attempt to Rabbit Bite the Boreal Elemental. How much mana will I have up? 5 mana. So yeah, so I can definitely play this out here.
Everything
Minus
will
or
be
plus.
fine
Definitely plus
if
in
we
here so I can get a bunch of
stand
life.
together.
But Johnny is a busted
Friendship
card.
soothes the soul.
So I have 3 mana up still for Feral Invocation. I can attempt to Rapid Fight the Boreal Elemental, which I think I'm going to do right now. That triggers, I draw a card. Excellent. Then I think I'm passing here. Oh, these anti-flyers are basically going to win me the game. I think I can plus a Johnny again, and then next turn, zero it out, and then exile his whole entire board. He's attacking with everything here, and definitely going to attack the highest power, block the highest power. I mean, take 2 here.
I hope you find peace.
So Blossom. Okay, so I can make a kitty cat with the Blossoming Sands. This is going to block the 3/2 very well. The only thing that'll kill me is Planar Cleansing, but there's no way I'm going to play around that. So I think I'm going to put a Neck Capture here. 2 blockers up. I like the Squad Captain. Let's think. Can't make the Primate. Can just gain a bunch of life, actually. I think I'm tapping out for this. There's Scry Trigger, keeping this on top. I think I'm just going to plus the Johnny here, just to gain a shitload of life. Next turn I can use his ultimate ability.
Friendship
Smack him down really hard.
the
I'm keeping the land just because I have a Johnny's Primate. Yeah, there's no way you're going to win this. Planar Cleansing is the only way he can answer this card. Otherwise, he's totally screwed. Here, I just like making a Primate.
True friends always stand by your side.
Don't need a Leaf Kindred in the late game. Like the Squad Captain. Could say the Blossoming Sands from a Ferocious Public's decent, don't hate it. Tap land to grow the Primate. Okay, so there's no way he's gonna win that. Planar Cleansing was his only answer. Luckily he played very well. Johnny is an insane bomb. Same with Cavalier of Thorns. Nevercaster, okay. So yeah, this draft is going really nice. I'm going to upload this on my Facebook, hopefully, and give this to some of the students that I'm teaching draft to. Hopefully they can learn a lot. You guys can learn a lot from this and improve your drafts in the future and get your 7-6 wins. Or get your mythic ranks, whichever one you prefer. And hopefully this can be less than 2 hours. Keeping Leaf Kindred on 2 is just excellent. Double white for Johnny. Not bad. Double black. Okay, so Johnny's coming out on 4 maybe. So I'm just gonna drop a Leaf Kindred out. I can play it next turn and make a Primate, which is gonna be very scary for you to deal with. Bloodthirst Aerialist is pretty annoying. It can get out of hand. Let's see. We're just gonna play the land here. Oh, I should have kept the white for the Johnny. That could be a misplay, but maybe I wasn't gonna play a Johnny anyways, just because the card. I could Growth Cycle and kill it. Don't know if it's worth it. Maybe just play the Silverback Shaman and kill it off next turn. Yeah, I should have played white and considered dropping the Giant next turn. That was a slight misplay. He could punish me with murder if I decide to Rabbit Bite the turn after with the Silverback Shaman, but Ogre Siegebreaker can be pretty annoying. Hopefully I can double Rabbit Bites. Next turn, turn after. Johnny, what does that do? Makes it 2/2. I can plus the gain life, doesn't accomplish much. Growth Cycle and Rabbit Bite could have been a play last turn I should have considered. But I'm too forewarning myself to remove this flyer. I think I'm just going to drop the Silverback Shaman, maybe take 6, and then have double Rabbit Bite out to kill them both. I think that's the play. He could respond with Murder, but I think it's worth it to get the value off of these Rabbit Bites while we can. We can heal back later with Johnny. Double Ogre Siege Breaker. I think I'd rather kill the flyer. Here, I'm just going to Rabbit Bite for sure. Taking out flyer. And I think I want to Rabbit Bite. Or I can put up Mammoth. No, I can't put up Mammoth Spider. So, definitely going to take out the untapped. And I think I'm going to trade if he decides to attack. Just because I'm not in the mood to race him with all these attackers on the ground. If he has Murder, that would suck. I'd still draw a card, but it still sucks that I can't kill off this Ogre Siege Breaker. It works so well with the Sanitarium Skeleton, it's pretty disgusting. So, I can still take 1 from the Sanitarium Skeleton, which I don't hate. Just dealing with the Ogre Siege Breaker is pretty annoying, but what can you do? Could drop a Johnny next turn, make a 2/2 token. He has all this mana up. Could play the Season of Growth, get a Scry off. Could just play Mammoth Spider as a blocker, which I don't hate. What happens when I play a Johnny? Let's just say he has Murder. He kills off my Silverback Shaman. I draw a card. A 2/2 still isn't enough to defend. Don't have enough mana to cast Growth Cycle, so I think I like the Mammoth Spider here. If I offer an attack, what happens? He's going to block with Sanitarium Skeleton and activate the Destroy the Creature effect, so I'm not going to attack here. It's definitely not a smart move to attack. So. Now this is a turn he might have the removal spell. I can start a Johnny next turn since I have the blockers up. Don't hate it. He murders the Spider. I have Silverback Shaman up to block. I also have an extra 2 mana for the Growth Cycle. For a Season of Growth for Growth Cycle. Let's see. If he drops the Johnny here. It'd be tougher to deal with. I could plus to gain life, but I think the minusing is much more better, just so I can make a token. Don't know if it's worth leaving Growth Cycle up, maybe not. Maybe just play casting Season of Growth, have that out next turn, and get those Scry triggers going. Because I think we're kind of secure here. No attacks. What I want to do is deal with this Ogre Siege Breaker eventually, otherwise that Sanitarium Skeleton is just going to keep blocking and killing stuff off with the ability, so yeah, things to consider. Still keeping mana up. If he doesn't leave mana up, then I'm definitely going to attack. Here, I think I can take 1 from it. Don't think Blade Brand kills it. Don't think Phantom Fleet Cutthroat answered, so I'm just gonna take 1 from it because he can just activate this and block the Johnny's primate.
Please do the right thing.
You ready?
So I think I'm gonna lose the Johnny.
Let's do
here.
this.
But that's okay. Because I can start getting him for a chunk of damage. I don't mind attacking with all next turn. Simply because I have Growth Cycle to back myself up, and it draws me a card, so. So let's say he trades here. What happens? The Growth Cycle will just get through and kill it. I think I'm attacking like this. If I attack with both, what happens? He blocks the 2/2. I pump it. Only 3 gets through. If I attack like this and he blocks this, I can Growth Cycle and the trample will still go over. So yeah, I'm gonna attack like this. He's gonna block here. I'm gonna go Growth Cycle, but he knows Chandra's gonna die. So okay, no blocks. Interesting.
I can't stay, but trust that I haven't given up on you.
Now we can get a scry trigger going. Next turn, I don't hate using Growth Cycle on the Leafkin Druid just to kill off the Ogre Siegebreaker, and that's what I might do next turn. He might have Murder though, which can be pretty annoying. But I think we still go for it, because we need to eventually answer this Ogre Siegebreaker. Nothing happens here. Could play the land, grow the Primates, offer an attack. And I think I might. In response, he's going to Flame Sweep. And then he's going to activate the ability, right? So what happens here? He's going to Flame Sweep, then activate the ability to kill off one of my creatures. I can Growth Cycle to save the Pride Mate. But at the end of the day, he's going to trade for the Ogre Siegebreaker anyways. I think I let that resolve. I think I'm attacking with both. Just to get more damage in, and if he blocks, he's gonna kill that, that's fine. If he blocks here, I can use I draw a card. That sucks, don't want to draw a land. He could block here and I can just use Growth Cycle. Pass turn. So that kind of sucks. The Flame Sweep, I don't know if I should have saved the Primary or not. It was still going to be a 3-3, but still, it was just going to trade into the Ogre Siegebreaker. I want him to attack me, and then I can bait out. I can use Growth Cycle and kill off his Ogre Siegebreaker. But now I think he's just going to play defense with these Sanitarian Skeleton for the most part. Don't know if he has enough mana to keep up with the ability. Probably not, so I can still attack. If he has black, then Bag of Holding is annoying. Now I can just keep cycling through his deck. I do like Ironwood Warlord. I think this card is excellent. Let's move to attacks here. While he has the Bag of Holding, I have Ironwood Warlord, which can start activating, creating 1/1s through the board. Okay, he's just gonna take it. Guess he doesn't want. I guess he wants to activate in the turn. That's fine. I'm just gonna Ironwood Warlord, and then I'm gonna play a land. This gives me a scry trigger, which is excellent. Brightwood Tracker, don't hate it. Would I be rather make finding creatures in my deck? I mean, I do need removal spells, to be honest. I guess it's a decent draw. I need a way to answer the Ogre Siegebreaker. But if he answers and kills it off, I do need a way to look for creatures in my deck. It plays kind of bad against the this Ogre Siegebreaker regardless, but I still think I keep it. This card's Bag of Holding will just get out of hand if he keeps prolonging this game. So I need a way to deal with his Ogre Siegebreaker eventually. Goblin Smuggler. Leafkin Druids do give me a lot of mana to activate, so I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can activate just twice per turn. Make a huge board. Hopefully he doesn't have another sweeper like Flame Sweep. That would be pretty annoying. If he decides to attack, I'm definitely going to use Leafkin Druid here. Block and then Growth Cycle. You could have Murder up, but okay, he's gonna attack here. Let's say we lose Leafkin Druid, what happens? It's fine. Even if he murders, I'm still gonna get a draw off the Growth Cycle, so this is gonna happen. I'm gonna block here. Cast Rope Cyclone. Draws me a card. He's gonna activate Murder or something. Blade Brand, that's fine. I'm gonna tap this for double green. Don't have any instant speed, so I'm just gonna activate and make it 1. Get a scry off, scry land to the bottom. We might have Murder, but we just have to resolve. That's fine. I want to kill this so I can eventually start pushing damage through. Hopefully he doesn't have another Blade Brand, that'll be pretty annoying. He does have an infinite chump blocker, but I need to start getting some damage. He doesn't have mana for Blade Brand, so I think this turn is pretty good. Yeah, I'm loving this. Play a land, let's see, let's up some attacks. Definitely needs to chump block here. So I can still cast Cavalier even when I make a token creature. So I'm going to prioritize in tapping some white, just so I can ensure that I cast my Cavalier this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 5 more mana. I have 5 to make a token, and then 5 more to play Cavalier. This is excellent. I think we're going to win this game. Tap 5. Make a token. Get a scry triggered, bottom the land. Season of Growth is so excellent. You can keep bottoming lands with it. Especially in a go white tokens deck, it can be absolutely amazing. And here I'm just going to play Cavalier. Bring another big creature. Okay, and there's now, yep, awesome. So now, I guess we need 2 more wins or something to get that 7. Platinum level rank 2. Alright. Oh, 1 more wins to hit 7. So I'm just going to take a quick break here. It's going to take a couple of seconds, but I'll get back and hopefully we can get to 7 wins. I see a high chance of getting 7, so I'll be taking a break right now. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. So I'm just going to take some screenshots here just to save them on my computer. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we save to the OneDrive. Screenshot was saved to my OneDrive. Pretty nice. I'm screenshotting here because usually after 7 wins you can't go back and look at your deck list. Take a screenshot of the deck list as well. Let's check my OneDrive. OneDrive app. Okay, so pictures. Alright, got these 2 screenshots. Alright, got these 2 screenshots, and we're gonna get our game 7 going. Looks like a nice bomb deck. Ajani has been overperformer. Season of Growth has been overperformer. What else? Leaf and Drew has always been great. Our Warlord's great, and Cavalier of Thorns. Silverback Shaman haven't attacked with him much, but it's still one of the best cards in our deck. So yeah, Johnny I think is the MVP in Season of Growth, as well as Cavalier and Iron Warlord are just the top bombs in our deck. So let's get this 7 wins. Alright, so opening hand, Leafkin Druid, I like it. We do need the white to cast the Iron Warlord, so that can be a detriment, but I don't know if I can pass up on Leafkin Druid on 2 and Ferocious Pup on 3. I think we'll eventually draw our white mana. We do have 7 sources in the deck. I think I'm going to go for it. Alright, no white mana yet. Hopefully next turn or so, or 2 turns or whatnot. I would like to squad captain on 5 with the Pharaoh Pup. Okay, Corpse Knight. Looks like we're playing against Orzhov deck. I could offer an attack here, but it'd be weird. No one really attacks with Leafkin Druid. I think I'm just gonna play the Ferocious Pup here and then play the Sedge Screen. Not really scared of Corpse Knight. Having on 2 though is pretty annoying because it can deal a bunch of damage to me, but it's not the scariest creature. I could... Okay, the Fenlurker's annoying. Any chance I'm casting any of these cards? I do like the squad captain if we manage to pick up the white, but we still need white. Maybe just cut out the Pharaoh Implication. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. We just need a single white, so maybe it was right to cut a white creature, but I can see the squad captain getting incredibly powerful. Maybe now I just keep a land just in case he has second Fenlurker, but I'm definitely attacking with the 2-drop here, offering to trade. Okay, I would love to trade on the 2/2. I have God's willing, but we'll see. Here he attacks the Fenlurker. I'm just going to block the Leafkin Druid. It's just going to become a 2/2 if he decides to pop. It's not a big deal. I'm looking to kill his Corpse Knight. That's my primary target right now. It's not the scariest card, but playing it on 2 and having a bunch of creatures out can be quite annoying. He's attacking with both. I think I will offer to block with the Sedge Scorpion and block like this. Let's see what instant speed spells he could have. Okay, God's willing. Alright, sure. I was expecting that card anyways. One white last turn. Alright, hopefully you draw white. Okay, so this is the problem with not drawing your mana. Things like these do happen where you can't cast any spells, or your hands get clunky. All we need is 1 white, and I guess we're playing defense. He did miss a 1-drop though, but here I think I'm blocking. Waste his whole turn to block. You could have Phantom Fleet Cutthroat on 4. White land soon. We don't have any. We do have a Scry land. We have a way to scry with some growth, so hopefully we can pick up another green creature next turn or top deck a white and we can go from there. Here I think I'm just going to take the damage. I still have a blocker for the 2/2, but I'm going to take 3 for now. Leave back Ferocious Pup as a way to buff up Captain if we manage to play it. And Yep. There's no reason for him to attack with Coreset, but he can still attack with it just to propose a combat trick. Okay, that's not exactly the type of land, but I'll take it. Here I might just chump block the 3-drop. Maybe take, because I'll be taking 5 next turn. Don't hate the Iron Root Warlord, I can still create creatures with it.